For this question, we need to solve a quadratic equation, and we need to use the quadratic formula. There's a couple of clues to this. First of all, it says 3 significant figures in your answer. That tells us our answer is going to be a decimal. Another hint is this 2 at the front here. Usually if there's a 2 here, we might well have to use the formula, or a 3, or any other number that's not 1. Also, we're talking about the calculator paper now, so it's highly likely that you'll get a question where you have to solve a quadratic using the formula towards the end of the paper. So the first thing you do is write down A, B and C. A is here, B is here, and C is here. So A equals 2, B equals 3, and C equals negative 6. You then substitute these into the formula. Now the formula, which is given to you at the front of the paper, is x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So we begin by going x equals negative b. Now b is 3, so negative b is negative 3. You have to be really careful. Some questions, b is negative itself. So if this was a negative 3, then this would actually be a positive 3 because it flips the sign round. Plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 3 squared. And I'm going to put that in a bracket just to remind me that if that's ever a negative, I need to do a negative squared. Because if you do a negative squared, it actually becomes positive. If that were a negative 3 and you wrote something like this, that will give you the wrong answer. You don't want to do that. Fortunately, this time it's positive anyway, so it'll be fine, but watch out for that in the exam. If this number here is negative, it's a negative number in brackets squared. Subtract 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 6, and again, since it's a negative number, I'm going to put it in brackets. All divided by 2a, and a is 2, so that will be 4. What I then do, and this is a good exam skill, is just work out what this number in the square root is. So if you type in 3 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 6 into a calculator, you'll get 57. So we can write this now as negative 3 plus or minus root 57 over 4. You then need to work out your two solutions, so you split it into x equals negative 3 plus square root 57 over 4, and x equals negative 3 subtract square root 57 over 4. And then you type both of these into a calculator and round them off. The first one will give you 1.14. We're asking the question 3 significant figures. And the second one, negative 2.64. And these are your two solutions.